Hello, Paula. Good morning.
Hello, teacher. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, we're fine. What about you?
I'm fine. I'm
Okay,
fine.
good. What about
Yeah.
the weather? It's a little bit
Uh,
fresh.
yes, and yesterday it was raining. Well, in my house it was raining,
Yes.
and it was so good because it's so right now it's so fresh.
Yes, that's a good weather. Because
Yes,
all the previous days has been so hot. Even in the morning, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I like uh I like rain at night because during the night it's so cool. It's a little cold.
Yes. Yeah, well,
And
we sleep better, I think, if it is
yes,
cold.
and you can sleep more comfortable
Yes.
that way.
Yes, that's true. Because I remember the previous days that had been so hot that was not raining. I used to sleep with the fan, but
Mm.
I don't like it because in the morning I feel a little sick if I sleep with the fan. What about you?
But what are we talking about? Or what?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me show you. That would be if you sleep with the fan turned on. Let me show you. That would
Um,
be this.
yeah. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't understand you. Yeah,
Okay.
well when rain when it's raining, I don't use it because it's a little colder. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to use it. And
Yeah.
I don't like it sometimes because some of fans make make noise and it's annoying to me.
Yeah, that's true.
uh,
Me neither. I cannot sleep well if I
yes,
have it turned on because at least mine it makes a little noise.
yes.
So yes, I can. And in the morning, I was saying that in the morning I feel sick if I sleep with this.
Oh yeah, and in the morning that happens to me. In the morning I feel like I don't know, my throat uh, is hurting, or maybe my nose is bothering me. So uh, I don't like it. For that I don't like it.
Yes.
I don't like to use it.
Yes, that's true. Same. Exactly.
Teacher, I wanted to ask you something because yesterday I was talking to my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we were talking about the first phrase that we studied yesterday. I will write it in the chat.
Okay, tell me. That was about the cats.
Yes, when the cat's away, the mind will play. We have the dog because if you see, the cat has a contraction, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose it means when the cat is away,
Mm-hmm.
the mice will play. But when when you read it, you you maybe will know it's talking about one cat, only one cat. But when you say it, when you speak, I don't know if some people could understand if you're talking in plural because you say the cats, but you don't know if you're talking the cat is or you are only say the cats. So
Mm,
I don't know how do you pronounce. You have to to separate the contraction. I mean, you have to, when you read the sentence, you have to say when the cat is away, or I can read it. I can tell it in the same as is read it, write it, sorry.
Okay, in this case, you can use both, but that will be up to you. Because sometimes they write it like with apostrophe, right? Because it's the contraction for to be. So that is cat is, right? So you can, if you prefer to avoid that confusion, you can say when the cat is away, the mice will play. Because it's just one cat. About the origin, it's just one cat. Exactly.
Yes.
And mice is in plural, right? The plural of mouse. So
Yeah.
you can say it in both because it's you see in this one is with apostrophe. But let's see this. While
The
the
way.
cat is.
Okay. Maybe, well, maybe the people is native speaking English. Maybe they could understand when you say the cat's away.
Yes, that happened a lot, exactly. Yes, they will understand that it's the contraction, right? The same happened, I don't know if you remember when we learned the possessive with S.
Yeah,
Is
we are talking about that because in this case we are talking about an animal and not a possession. Uh, Maybe I mean it doesn't mean because maybe you could have that confusion.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So that's why no native speakers confuse them, right? Yes, yes, but a native, no. It's like with us in the Spanish, it's difficult to confuse something that maybe for them is confusing. So that's the same situation. For example, something that is confusing when you learn the possessive with S is the contraction with the third person. She's,
Yeah.
his, and its, right? So we
Mm,
say, but it's exactly the same. But no, right? Uh,
yeah.
so you
Mm,
can use both. If you prefer to use is, you can use. And
okay.
sometimes even they don't put the apostrophe. Like in
Yeah,
this.
but maybe people understand.
Mhm. Yes, exactly. So that is up to you, but it's supposed it's just one cat.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We had
Not
that
dog.
that stuff.
Okay, yes, that's normal. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so talking about pronunciations and vocabulary, tell me, do you know what is a homophone?
No.
It's
No. Maybe I have never listened.
in there. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So we have homophones that exist in all the languages. Okay. And for example, I will give you an example in Spanish and maybe you guess what is it? That would be, for example, in Spanish, paso. It has two meanings.
Oh, okay. Yes.
But you pronounce exactly the same, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that would be, well, the first one, what could be?
The
If you
first
say
one.
paso. Uh-huh.
Pass. Pass.
No, it's okay. In Spanish, that would be.
Ah,
We have
paso.
paso. Uh-huh.
Okay. If we say paso in Spanish, maybe it could be when you cross a street. For example, yo paso la calle, cruzo. And another meaning could be el pisar. When you put your feet in the on the floor, that paso.
Okay, good. So yes, we can have those type of words in Spanish, and as I told you before, in all the languages, that you pronounce it the same, but they have different meanings. And
Yes.
sometimes we write it a little bit different too, right? So they are homophones. So we're going to practice with this. Okay, let's see the first one. Okay, we have a clue, honey, maker, and we have the verb to be, Miss R. So, could you guess what is the homophone?
Honey maker. Yeah, the bee.
Yes,
Yes.
that is B, exactly. And it's the same pronunciation, B and B. Hmm? Sometimes, because English is not our mother tongue, uh, we try to pronounce a little bit different, right? For example, okay, we write it on the chat. When we have these two words, this one and let me think, these two, okay? Both are there, 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 huh? It's the same pronunciation, but it's obvious for us that they are spelled. Okay, we spell them different. So I don't know why when we are learning, we try to give them a different pronunciation, right?
Also, there, the yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sounds similar.
Mm-hmm. And it's the same. That would be there, there, there. Uh-huh. Yes. It's the same exactly. Mm-hmm. It's the same pronunciation. That's true. Okay, so let's see. B is humble. Okay, what about this? David, can you guess what is it?
Um,
What is where and the location? Where and
Yes.
where?
Okay, that would be where and where. Yes, and it's the same. Sometimes I listen to mispronounce this like weird, but that
Yes.
is another, right? It's not. So that would be where. Yes. Okay, what about this one?
Opposite of yes is no.
No.
No. Yeah, and no is knowing.
Mm. Knowing?
Yes. No and no. No.
Uh-huh. It's
No. No and no.
knowing, no. Exactly. Because letter O in English is not like O in Spanish,
Mhm.
right? So in English it's O, right? If you combine letter O and U, right?
Mhm.
O. Mm-hmm. So never is no. There will be no. Mm-hmm. And this one, when you have a letter T and letter N together, we don't pronounce it the first, right? So that will
Yes.
be, mhm. So that will be the
No.
same.
The
Mm-hmm. It's no. Yes, exactly. Because that's a rule that you don't have to pronounce letter K. Sorry. Yes, letter K. When it's next to a letter N, we do not pronounce letter K. Hmm? Yes. Okay, and let's see one more.
same. Bye.
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 Okay. Yes, we buy and buy. So it's the same when you say bye bye or
Yes.
to buy something, right? And it's the same pronunciation. So those are homophones. And well, maybe you ask, okay, tell me, how can you identify when you are listening someone speak, the difference between them.
The context. The
Yes.
context is the key.
Exactly. It's the context. Yes, exactly. Very good. Yes, that will be the answer for that. Because they sound exactly the same. Like we compared in Spanish, right? Paso. So yes, it's exactly the same. It's the context, the one that helps you to understand what is the right word that we have. Okay. So let's see. I don't know if guys, have you ever take the let's see, one of the exams, for example, TOEIC or TOEFL?
No, I have never taken.
You never. Okay.
No.
What about you, David?
No, I have that exam.
Okay, okay. So they use a lot of homophones in the exam. They tried to include a lot of them. So, well, for example, in TOEIC, you have two parts. One grammar comprehension part, where you have to read to answer some blank space and some other activities. But you have the listening part. That is the first part of the exam. And, well, you have conversations, some announcements, some descriptions, and most of the time when they are describing some pictures, they use homophones to, well, to confuse you a little bit. So yes, it's better to study a little with this. Okay, so tomorrow maybe we're going to have more of them, but let's try to continue with yesterday class. Okay, so we're going to have three idioms. Okay, we mix idioms and phrasal verbs, right? Okay, but we're going to try it. Okay, that is an idiom. Okay, what about hard copy? Do you know what is a hard copy? Or when we use this expression, hard copy?
I don't know if when you memorize something, but a
No,
lot. You memorize something? No.
no, it's not when you memorize. That would be good because it has sense, but no.
It's when you print some text.
When you print, okay. So yes, it's when you print it. David, help me to read.
Hard copy is in printed form. It's difficult to modify it. It is tangible.
Yes, so that is a hard copy. It's printed, it's difficult to modify, so you cannot eliminate something easily. That's the idea. And it's tangible, exactly. So let's see some examples where you can use it. Let's see, Paola, can you help me to read it?
Mr. Smith is quite old-fashioned and insists on having a hard copy of all his business documents.
Yes, okay. So that's one of the moments when we can use it. Having a hard copy of all his business documents. Okay. Let's see this one, David, help me to read.
Can you send me a hard copy of that file?
Yes, Emma, you're asking to, right? For a hard copy, a printed copy. Yes. Now, okay. And can you guess how do you say what is an information that is not printed? If this is a hard copy, when it's not printed, it's the opposite. So what will be?
Soft copy?
Yes. It's a soft copy. So when you have it on your computer or you send an email or, well, yeah, it's not tangible. That is a soft copy. Send me a soft copy. I'm asking to send an email or send me a document on WhatsApp, something like that. So that is soft copy when it's not printed, hard copy when it's printed. So there it goes together. Now let's see the next one. There was a lot talk. Okay, what do you think of what comes to your mind when you listen sitting duck?
Eating dog. I've never listened. Mm,
Okay.
Eating dog. No, I don't have any idea.
No. Okay, David, what about you? Any idea?
I have no idea.
No.
Because it's pato sentado. No, I
Uh-huh.
don't know.
Okay. So let's see what is it. Paula, help me to read.
A sitting dog is an easy target, someone who is easy to attack or criticize. Someone is a very vulnerable position,
Mm.
in a very vulnerable position.
Mm-hmm. That would be vulnerable.
Vulnerable,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
vulnerable. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so that is a sitting dog. Mhm. Someone who is easy to attack or criticize, or you are in a vulnerable position. Yes, so let's see some examples. Let's see, David, help me to read this.
If we stay there, we are sitting ducks, said the sergeant. Let's move to a more defensive position.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, let's see one more. Paola?
That's a really not good place to leave your car. In that neighborhood, it's a sitting duck or thief.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So that will be it, sitting duck. Exactly. Basically, and it's a vulnerable situation
Um,
or yes.
Sitting duck is something like when we say in Spanish, te agarran de pato.
So the difference here is like when you say it in Spanish, te agarran de pato, it's because they are bothering us, right? Okay, good. So let's see. Okay, Paula, help me with this.
The two men were sitting ducks for the cops after their car broke down.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so in the three examples, guys, they were in a vulnerable situation. So that was the idea about it. Okay, and now let me ask you, do you know, for example, let me show you this. Imagine this is, well, a bar, and this is in a lower position, and he's walking under this. And you want to say, hey, be careful, because you will hit your head on the wall.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, there is a phrase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I think it is watch out.
Mm-hmm. That will be the first, yes. And I'll give you another. You can say duck,
Duck.
duck. Mm-hmm. Like sitting duck,
Mm-hmm.
this one, just duck, like the
Oh,
animal.
okay.
Mm-hmm. You can say it, hey, duck. Uh-huh. To warn the people. Yes. It's a bird that it has two meanings. One meaning, well, it's a word that has two meanings. The first one is the animal, like a noun, dog, the animal. And the second meaning is the verb, agacharse. Okay? So you can say, hey, dog. to warn the people.
Oh, okay. I didn't know dog is a bird.
Yes, that's a bird too. Okay, good. So well, let's continue with it. So let's see. Okay, the two phrasal verbs, well, they were idioms. Do you remember the two idioms from today class? Was? What was the first one?
Today,
Mm-hmm.
hard copy,
Hard copy
sitting dog.
and sitting dog. Yes, exactly. Okay, good. So, well, yesterday we discussed, let's continue with this. Yesterday we discussed this part, right? What do we have to do before the call? And well, we mentioned those, let's see, those, that was kind of a checklist, right, that we have. Prepare well before you call, plan what you want to say, prepare answers to possible questions, send an email before the call if it's necessary, and hold all information available, right? And we add some others. Activities, probably we can say that you have to think about it before the call. So now guys, tell me, what do we have to do when we are at the beginning of the call? What do we have to do at the beginning? Tell me, an idea? Or for you, what do you do at the beginning of a call?
In my case, well, and I think the first the first thing that you could do at the beginning of a meeting is uh, the greetings. Say hello, good morning, good afternoon, and thanks for be here. Thanks for your coworkers to join to the meeting, and then start with the agenda. I do that. I always say hello and say thank you for your time, for joining us. Uh, I will try to be short in this in this in this meeting, so I don't want to take a lot of your time.
Okay, good, yes. Yes, that's true. That's important that you say greetings, right? Don't forget, we never have to forget about the greetings. Yes, that's completely true. Okay, and when you give your name, how do you do it? When you introduce yourself, when you give your name.
Oh, well, I think that the most common way. My name is Paola. Uh, I I don't know if in the meeting there there are people that maybe don't know. Uh, I will introduce myself and I say hello. My name is Paola. I work in the finance team at Aplaudo. Uh, I don't know. I have worked during 2 years and something like that. I think.
Okay, good. Okay, thanks. Now let's see, David, what do you do at the beginning of call?
Well, at the beginning of the call, well, if I don't know anyone that is on the call, well, the first thing that I do is present myself and invite others to present as well. Um, and after that, I start to talk a little bit about uh, the purpose of the call, or give a little introduction. After that, I start with the content of the call, and at the end, if it's a presentation, probably ask for suggestions or opinions.
Mhm. Okay, good. So I want to show you some other options that you have or that maybe you can use to present, like to introduce yourself. Do not say, because that's good to say, hello, my name is, because it's like the common way that all of us use, sorry, to introduce ourselves. But okay, if that is a meeting, right, it's not face to face, it's like a Zoom meeting or Meet, Teams, whatever platform, or you are calling someone, so you can say your name. We can say Jack. Well, that would be Lewis. And you can say speaking. Okay, so you can say Jack Lewis speaking, like, hi, I am, right? So you say your name and then you put just speaking. Jack Lewis is speaking. Or you can say this is, and then you put your name. This is Jack Lewis from, and then you put the name of the company, right? So that's how you put in here. You leave the space to put the name. In your case, that will be from Aplaudo Enterprises, right? You can use it like that, or just from Aplaudo. And you can use finance department. You can complete it with that. This is, and then you put your name. Or let's think about it. Oh, well, you can say hello, or you can say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And you say Jack. Well, in this case, you change. And you can say team, because that is a meeting, probably with people that you know. Hello, team. It's, and then you put your name. That will be it's, and then you go back to your name. It's Jack Lewis here. Okay? Or you can say hello team, hello coworkers. It's Jack Lewis here. So you have three other options to introduce yourself. Okay, have you ever listened those options, guys?
Yes, the second one, when I talk to by email, obviously, not in a call, but when I write an email to a supplier, when the supplier is from United States or maybe the supplier only speak English, they say, "Hello, Paola, this is Jack Lewis."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I think maybe I have made the mistake that I say, hello, I am Paola
Mm-hmm.
from fine, but I don't know if is is good say I am, or is wrong, or is more formal to say this is Paola.
Okay. The
It's okay.
difference,
It's okay if I say I am Paola, or is very basic.
um, well, when you introduce yourself and you're talking with someone face to face, you can say I am, right? But if that is an email or this is a call, it's better to say this is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Or it's a message. Yes, this
Yeah.
is. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that would be better to say this is. Yes. Okay. So let's see what else. And when you open a meeting or when you open a call, which type of phrases do you use? Then that you say the name. What could
When
be?
you when you open a meeting.
Mm-hmm. So you already presented, you introduced yourself, sorry, and then you want to start with the presentation, with the demo, with the presentation, or to communicate the other person the reason why you call them.
Mm, diagram. Mm, mm, mm,
It has some expression.
yeah.
Sorry, to what?
Yes, to introduce the topic or to communicate the other person the reason of your call, for example. So like you can say, I want to ask about, if that is a call. For example, you say, this is Jack Lewis from Aplaudo. Hi, how are you? Then you give the space to the other person to answer. And maybe they will ask you, okay, and what is the reason of your call? You can say, okay, I want to ask about, and then you continue. That is one option. Another one that you think?
I would like to know.
I would like to know. Okay, good. Another?
Maybe I want to start talking. Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm. I would like to start talking. Yes. Talking. Or you can say, I'm calling. Is that okay? I'm calling about. Have you ever listened this? I'm calling about. That's another option. That is similar to I would like to know if you, and you continue, right? Or I'm calling about, and then you give the reason. Hmm? So, some options that you can use. Okay. Now, let's see. So at the beginning of the call, you told me your options, your answer, what you do, right? At the beginning. So let's see if they are exactly the same that we have on this slide. So Paula, help me to read them.
Make a greeting and identify yourself clearly. Ask for connection to the person you want to speak to. After connection, greet the person, a small talk, and give a reason for the call.
Yes, exactly.
What doesn't mean a small talk?
A small talk, that would be like to introduce, or like it's like it's part of to introduce yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Or to describe your position or the department that you belong to. That would be the small talk. Or sometimes the small talk is like to have a small conversation like, hey, how are you? How was your day? Like we have it at the beginning of the class. That is a small talk. Huh? It's like to connect with the other person. To not be so rude and say, hi, how are you? And the other person say, okay, I'm fine, what about you? And you skip that part and you say, okay, I'm calling about okay. It's like do not cut. Yes,
Okay.
that is the small talk. Sometimes it's appropriate to do it, but sometimes maybe it's not the right um maybe you can say the right moment to do it. So you have to be specific, okay, where with what you want. But that is a small talk. Mhm.
Nice.
Okay, good. Let's see. Then we have, okay, now tell me guys, what is necessary to do during the call? Tell me. Let's see. Let's start with David. What do you think? What is necessary to do during the call?
give clear ideas.
Okay. What else? To have clear ideas, yes.
I think during a call is well necessary a presentation. I think sometimes if you have a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, uh, you will give you a plus in your meeting because the 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 people in the meeting will understand you better, and maybe you could uh, you could give you a better idea of what you're talking about because you have text, you have some pictures, graphics, and the people is not only listen to you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's completely true. During the meeting, during a call, yes, it's well more in a meeting, right? Yes, that's
Yeah.
important to have a presentation. Yes, to have a that will be a PowerPoint, that will be a PDF, or some pictures that's necessary too. Yes, it's like if you compare the class. Imagine that we don't have a PPT. That it's you will understand, okay, because you know English, but it's better because it helps you. Yes, that's completely true. Okay, something else that you think about that it's necessary during the call?
I don't know, but maybe you could divide the meeting in one or three parts because in that way you will have an order. And
Mhm.
if you group some topics, maybe it could be easier to understand them.
Yes, if you divide it, yes. And that give you an extra plus because if you divide the meeting or if you divide the topic, you organize the information. That is the first one. And second, you can set the times for each. Okay, and at the end you will not have problems that you have in most of the time when we are in a meeting, we have a specific time, right? 1 hour, half, or 2 hours, 1 hour and a half, well, whatever. But if you organize, as you say, you are able to handle the times for each. But if you only start talking, okay, probably you will spend the whole time and at the end we'll be missing some parts, right? Yes, so that's completely true. It's better to divide it. Yes, okay, let's see which recommendations we have. Let's see, David, how about to read this?
Create a positive atmosphere, communicate your objective clearly, listen, make sure you understand, check, make sure the other person understands you.
Okay, so for you, tell me, which is the most important of all of this?
Communicate your objective clearly.
Okay, that's the most important. So you normally focus on that one.
Yes, because if you communicate your objective clearly, well, it will be easier for people understand your ideas, and um, it will be easier for them to understand the topic.
Okay, good. And let's see the last part, Paula, for you. Which one Which do you consider the most important?
I think make sure the other. I think it is. I think check. I think check. Make sure the other person understand you, because if the other person or people uh, didn't understand the idea, or maybe you didn't finish the meeting clearly, the meeting didn't worth it. I think for me it's important create a
Hmm?
positive atmosphere, communicate, but the for me the main objective having a meeting uh, is all of in the group understand what you want to communicate. And if we have for example, let's suppose we have a meeting, and at the end of the meeting, everybody are like, okay, but I didn't understand what we did, what we did during 1 hour. So that meeting was the meeting didn't worth it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so you wasted your time.
Yes, that's true too. Both, right? Both are yes. If you see it's a compliment because it's supposed that if we communicate our objective clearly, it's the result of that is that people will understand. But sometimes you communicate your objective clearly, but maybe the other people is not paying attention, or they are doing something else, or they get lost, right? So it's important that at the end you check, yes, that's true, that they understand you, right? The presentation, the call, the objective of the meeting, because that's true. At the end, if people feel that well, what was the objective, right? What was the purpose of this meeting? Yes, they will feel like if it was a waste of time, and probably not. So yes. Okay, guys, so that was for today class. And just okay, tomorrow we're going to see what about the end of call. What do we have to do at the end? So think about it and bring your ideas tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow we have another, like some idioms and other activities, and we're going to continue with this.
Okay, nice, teacher.
Okay, good. So thanks for joining. I hope to see you tomorrow too. Bye-bye.
Okay, teacher, thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Bye-bye.